Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Welcome to J. We don't want that looping. Good afternoon. Hello. Happy Monday. Welcome to J is for Justice. Thank you for joining today. I want to say hello to everybody. We're on StreamYard this afternoon. I want to say hello to Jammers. Look at Jammers upside down, inside out. You turn me. Carlin is in the house. We've got Angie B, Miss Kendi, Meg P. Hello. Katie K with the good questions the other night. Thank you for coming back in. You emailed me about Gray Pubes calling 911. What? Say what? Oh my God. Welcome. We are on Facebook and we are on YouTube. So welcome everybody. It's good to see you guys. I have a few announcements before we begin. First, I want to ask if I'm loud enough. Do I sound loud enough to you guys? Hey, my three sons, welcome. Make yourselves known in chat today. This is an open discussion. I might even drop the link because I'm confused on this case, all right? Melissa B. All right, so a couple announcements. I'm sure we're all aware. If you're not aware, there is a 9-year-old that was abducted in New York. She was abducted from a campsite in New York, and JLR is on his way there. So he texted me today. He said he's going to be there. He'll be live around midnight. So be looking for that, and maybe we will be doing some coverage of that as I talk to him on his travels. So that's going to be exciting stuff going on because this little girl, I think it was 15 hours between the time she disappeared and the time that they put the Amber Alert out. So I was listening to him, I don't know, it was this morning, I think. Anyways, I think what they did was they searched the perimeter and then they, determined she wasn't in that perimeter. And then they released the Amber Alert for this little girl, even though there's no vehicle, which was weird to me. I guess Summer Wells has one with no vehicle. I just thought that there was a prerequisite for that, but I guess there's not. Let's just hope this little girl is found okay, that she wandered off and she's okay. But be looking for that coverage. And then I've got some exciting stuff as we cover Delphi. We're going to be looking at some videos of a reenactment. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Mob Crew and True Crime Web, two top-notch true crime channels here on the tubes. Steve from True Crime Web did a reenactment, and I asked if I could use some of their clips, and he was so kind. He sent me the raw footage of his reenactment. He's an ex-investigator, a retired investigator, if you're not familiar with Steve and the True Crime Web. But he sent me the whole raw video of his reenactment of how the bodies were left at the Delphi crime scene. He is, Melissa B., he is very, very kind. Very kind. So shout out to Steve. If you've never watched the True Crime Web, he goes live with his wife. It's Mr. and Mrs. Steve. They're very, very nice people. And then you have the Mob Crew, which I hope I'm saying that right. It's Chris. And he's been doing some spectacular deep dives as well. So that's going to be some stuff we can sift through Mr. Steve's raw footage, which was super exciting and so awesome. I love creators that work together, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. Say no to globalism. Hello. She's still working through the interview from Friday. We had Nils on Friday night, and he was such an amazing guest. I had to go back and replay because I'm not familiar with everything that he was talking about. So I was learning as he was talking. Plus, I was trying to run the live stream, so I went back and replayed it. But that's another announcement I have, and I will share this in the chat right now. I told Nils to let us know when he's going live. And he's making pumpkin cookies. October FICA. And he's having a live open panel. So I'm going to share this in the chat. If you guys would be kind enough to hop over there and hit the reminder. And then come right back. He's an amazing dude. He's very, very clever, very intelligent, and just, I don't know, man, you could pick his brain probably about a lot of topics. So, wow, Globalism's making notes. That's awesome. Unseen, how are ya? Good to see you guys. All right, so there is the link to Nils Live, and I cannot wait to see the pumpkin cookies that he's going to make. So, he did not claim the killer at all. He says this guy's full of shit. So, yes. Yeah, it was really a really good live. It was a really good live. And, it was really nice to kind of be able to dispel the myth that pagans are all evil and they're all, doing evil rituals and freaking sacrificing human beings and stuff like that. So, Joel, what's up? Woot up, Joel? Woot up. Yes, an address for cookies. And I'm about to get some mead. I found mead. It's at any wine store. They even have it at Walmart. They have honey mead at Walmart. But at the ABC Liquor and all the other liquor stores, they have all kinds of mead, guys. So I'm thinking for our Halloween party, which is my last announcement before we get into today's live, Halloween is going to be fun this year at J is for Justice. We're having a Halloween dress-up party. We're going to open up the panel. Anybody who dresses up can come up here and then we'll do like, we'll do a vote. And then we're going to do creepy stories of Hotel Cecil. So we're going to be going over all the creepy stories that happened at Hotel Cecil right there in Hollywood. So get your costume ideas ready. If you want to come up on panel, we're going to have a lot of fun. So I think I know what I'm going to be, but I'm not telling anyone yet. I can't tell you yet. So it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to have fun on Halloween. And I lied. I have one more announcement. Excuse me. Our official rollout date for Given the Fallout podcast is going to be 10/10/23. So on 10/10, we're going to be releasing our first episode on J. Edgar Hoover. And I'm so excited to release this for you guys. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And, if you knew this stuff, if you didn't know this stuff, well, Potato and I didn't know it. So if we don't know it, we're just going to go with it. So our first episode is on J. Edgar Hoover, civil rights movements, the truth about that, and a lot of other things that were happening in the 50s and 60s in our country. So as we move into today's live, I want to thank you guys all for being here. Please smash that like button and subscribe if you would like more. So I'm going back because I didn't necessarily follow this case, from the beginning. I didn't. So I don't think I picked up on this case until there was an arrest. So it's been about a year for me. So I'm learning, and there's things that I didn't know. And I knew there was 2 sketches. I always knew that there was 2 sketches out there, and I thought maybe they were just 2 different witness accounts. And they are probably, right? I mean, they probably are 2 different witness accounts. But I didn't know when they came out. I didn't know if they were put out at the same time. If this was a witness account in the younger photo, or the younger sketch rather, I thought maybe, someone saw them together on the trail or on the bridge. I didn't know. So I went back and I started digging, and I was actually more confused when I left. So that's why we're on StreamYard today, because maybe someone, after we go through what I have to show you, if anybody wants to come up and school me and let me know, hey, this is why this or this is why that. And, I want to open it up for that. And I haven't done an open StreamYard in a long time. Last time I did an open StreamYard, I think we were shown a peen. So I'm not trying to see anybody's private parts today. I really just want to go over these sketches. So we will see how we get through this stuff. So let's start from the beginning, okay? And let's run through kind of a timeline. So this is from the Journal and Courier. And it's a review of all the evidence in the Delphi murders that's been publicly released. Now, this is not going to be up to date because it's from 2019, which is perfect for me because I didn't follow this case from 17 to 19. So I'm going to want to know what happened. So I'm going to just read through this and kind of skim it. Since the day Abby and Libby went missing, the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, Indiana State Police, and FBI have worked to uncover clues to lead them to the Delphi teens' killer. So they've had 38,000 tips as of this point, no arrests, and throughout the course of the investigation, authorities release pieces of information in hopes that a tip leads them to a suspect. So the first photo was released in February of 2017, the same month as the murders. On February 13th, Abby and Libby didn't meet a family member after hiking on the Monon High Bridge Trail. The girls were reported missing, but their bodies were found the following day, a half mile from the abandoned railroad trestle bridge just outside of Delphi, Indiana. On February 15th, so 2 days later, police released this photo here of a man on the bridge. Days later, they labeled him a suspect. More than 2 years later, we learned the image came from a video taken on Libby's phone. So this is the guy, and we now know that they're saying this guy is the killer, right? Thank you so much for sending that to me, Katie. What's up, Robin? So, yeah, I'm not going to be paying attention to chat the whole time because I'm going to be focusing on this. And look at my ads. My computer thinks that I have lymphedema because I said I had kinkles. All right. So the first photo, like I said, February of 2017. The first audio was also in February. So on February 22nd, they released this audio. I don't know. So the thing that bothers me too is that the bridge guys, he says, guys down the hill. Guys down the hill. I know, I'm from Michigan. We call everybody guys. I don't know. This whole thing perplexes me. What's up, Jeff Kent? What's up, Potato? So KDK is not convinced that Bridge Guy is Richard Allen. Interesting. The poll, you guys say 21% of you are confused on who's who in these sketches. So we're in the same boat. And the people that said it's the same person also don't understand either. You can't hear the audio. Oh, you can't? Hold on. Let me open it up in the Chrome. That was my mistake. Sorry about that. All right. So let's go down. in your face with this camera angle. Damn. All right, here we go. Now you'll be able to hear it.
Downhill. 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 Downhill.
Can you hear it now?
Downhill. 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 Downhill.
Okay, you can hear it now. All right. So just a week, over a week after the girl's death on February 22nd, they released that audio and said that Libby recorded it on her cell phone, on a video. At the time, Indiana State Sergeant Tony Slocum praised the teen's actions. He called her a hero. The first sketch didn't come out until July. Why July? This is a perplexing question for me. Why July? Why did they have to wait until July? March, April, May, June. Almost 5 months after these murders take place, they release the first sketch. Okay? On July 17th, 2017, police released a composite sketch of a man believed to be the suspect. And they said he's 5'6" to 5'10", weighing 180 to 200 pounds, with reddish brown hair and an unknown eye color. So why did it take so long? Like, if they had eyewitnesses that saw this guy on the bridge, did they not talk to them right away? Did it take them this long to track down the people that were there that day? I mean, I'm absolutely perplexed by this. I mean, you're getting someone's recollection from years prior. Or months prior, rather. Right, Potato. That's what I'm confused about. So this is exactly what I was thinking. Yet they got the sketch from the first interview descriptions. So they did these interviews early on, but then didn't formulate a sketch from the eyewitness account? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So, let's keep going. But in April 2019, so we go 2 years. This is what blows my mind. 2 whole years. Indiana State Police released an updated sketch on April 22nd, 2019. They said they had reason to believe the man is between 18 and 40, but may appear younger than his real age. 18 and 40. Again, none of this makes sense. And I know we're not supposed to know. I know we're not supposed to know everything. But this just doesn't make sense. I don't understand. So that part confused me.
Don't make me a dog-faced lion pony soldier.
Okay, so moving on to the next part is when the cops announced this sketch. Let me share this video with you guys. And their press conferences are super weird. I mean, I'm not trying to be judgy, but my God, these are the weirdest press conferences I've ever seen. Number one, and I'm just going to call it like I see it. because I think that's what you guys like, right? Couldn't they find a better picture of Libby? I mean, she's in a sports bra. I don't understand. I don't understand that. It's just, it's weird to me. This whole thing is weird to me. But anyway, we're going to skip forward to after they pat each other on the back, and we're going to get to where they release this sketch. And this guy here, what do you guys think of this guy? What do you guys think of this guy? This chief? What do you guys think of him? Do you guys like him? Do you think that he's, you know, done a good job? The ones that have followed this from the beginning, you know, do you guys think that he's wonderful? Like, what are your thoughts on him in this case? Let's watch this clip.
Little girls. 2 children. Only a coward would do such a thing. We are confident that you have told someone what you have done. Or at the very least, they know because of how different you are since the murders.
His mustache, I know. Handlebars.
We try so hard to understand how a person could do something like this to two children.
I mean, do you think these are his true emotions? Because he's so animated. I don't know. I know someone in my family is like this, and they're a very deceptive person. And I can't help but think it's more of a portrayal. But it might be for the investigations case, for the perps case, like benefit. I don't know, but I'm curious what you guys think.
We try so hard to understand how a person could do something like this to two children. I recently watched a movie called The Shack. And there's also a book that talks so well about evil, about death, and about eternity. To the murderer, I believe you have just a little bit of a conscience left. And I can assure you that how you left them in that woods is not what they're experiencing today. To the family, I hope that you all will give them some time, because we're going to be asking that there's no media inquiry or no media response for at least the next 2 weeks, and I hope you understand why. The family found out about this information this morning.
Okay, what? He's asking the media to hold off for 2 weeks. And then he's saying because they found out what? All they're doing is releasing shit they already had, allegedly. Liberty's sister said she relates to the father in the shack. That dude was a suspect? KDK? Shut up. That bridge guy could look like so many of these people in this town. It's so weird. It's just so weird to me. Unseen. Yeah, agree, Jay, 100%. It's like an act. Like you, not sure for who, though. I can't wait to find out what part the Shack book played in the investigation. Didn't that book fall off of Libby's bed? Did it? It's very odd, guys. I'm glad we're going through this.
I just want the family to know that when I take my last breath on this earth, I'll be thinking of them.
Wait, oops, shit.
We try so hard to understand, that talk so well about
What did he just say?
understand how a person could do something
When he takes his last breath, he'll be thinking of
so
them.
well about evil, about death,
Is that what he said?
or at the very least, they know because of how different you are since the murders. I recently watched a movie called The Shack. And there's also a book that talks so well about evil, about death, and about eternity. To the murderer, I believe you have just a little bit of a conscience left. And I can assure you that how you left them in that woods is not what they're experiencing today. To the family, I hope that you all will give them some time, because we're going to be asking that there's no media inquiry or no media response for at least the next 2 weeks, and I hope you understand why. The family found out about this information this morning. I just want the family to know that when I take my last breath on this earth, I'll be thinking of them. There's going to be a tremendous amount of questions. I know that. Never in my career have I stood in front of something like this. Please be patient with us, please. We're just beginning. We are just now beginning. And I can tell you on behalf of the sheriff and the police chief, so many other partners
This is April of
that have
2019.
stood with us over this period of time,
Hang on.
that we will not stop.
This is the unveiling of... This is when they unveiled this picture.
I just unveiled the person that we believe responsible for the murder of these two little girls. So I invite media to take a look at that now. It's not up. Kim. We're also going to show you a video not previously released that superintendent spoke to,
Who is this
and also
guy?
the audio that's additional to what's been previously released. There's only a slight change in it. So give Sergeant Riley just a second as he gets that up and ready.
I mean, this was an unveiling 2 years later.
Stand by for the video, please. There is no sound of the video.
Jesus. Sorry, guys. Right, that's what I'm saying. Is this bridge guy then? Because there's no way. There's no way that
As
guy is the
Superintendent
same
Carter
guy in that
mentioned,
sketch.
he is on the railway bridge. You have to
Fight
take
me.
different steps to get to it. This information later this afternoon will be on the State Police website. For the community that's here, we have 100 copies of the news release. If you put in that URL, you'll be able to get to that site to play it. And we also have that same release for you in the media. And the rest of the state will get that release in about 15 minutes. So we appreciate
this
those of you
guy?
who came here. This concludes our announcement. Thank you for your time, patience, and courtesy.
Okay, and now take a look. Take a look at who they say is the killer now.
There's just the video. There's no audio. What we just played.
Look at the lips. Look at the chin, the full chin, okay? When they zoom in on this, this is when it really struck me. Right here. Hang on, let me get rid of that. Now, when they zoom out, watch the fullness of that chin. Point that microphone down at your chin and aim it at your chin. See that jaw? How wide that jaw is? Now, you guys, that looks like Keegan Klein to me. That looks like Keegan Klein to me. Or Kegan, or however you say his name. Something going on here, people. There's something going on here because that first sketch, look at that chin. Look at his chin. Look at his mouth. Look at that jaw. It's Klein. It's got to be. It's got to be. What do you guys think? He was thinner than in this picture. Okay, in the picture, the mugshot or whatever this is. This one, he was thinner before. But look at that. Look at the chin and the jaw. And I can't. What do you guys think? Do you think it looks like him? He wasn't that fat, though, then. Hang on. I'll show you what he looked like. He wasn't always this large. He wasn't always large Marge. Trying to find that picture of him and his dad. The picture of him and his father, he's not as big. Here it is. I'm stealing someone's thumbnail, but it has the picture of them. Navalis True Crime, thank you for letting me use your picture. And here we go. You guys are going to shit your pants. Check this out. Well, hello there. All right, so this is Keegan Klein and his dad on the left, and then that's Keegan Klein in prison. Logan? I don't know if it looks like Logan. Brad's son or whatever. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that that looks like the sketch? Well, yeah, but he's not nearly as big as he is now. He wasn't little. So some people think, Carlin, some people think that the dad is the first sketch and Keegan is the second sketch. That's what some people think. What do you think? So let's talk about Keegan a little bit. So Keegan Klein was arrested for child porn. Okay? The weird thing is, they said it was not related to Delphi. But the weird thing is, the Instagram account Anthony Shots, which was a fake account, was used by Keegan. Keegan. So he used this Anthony Shots account, and he talked to one of the girls the day of the murders. He talked to them the day of the murders as Anthony Shots. And then they go to this bridge. And they get there, and within a half an hour, they're attacked and they're dead. Nope, the younger sketch was not released first. I just went through it. I promise you, Katie. Look. The first sketch was July of 17. The new sketch was April of 19. So, no. And that's why this is so confusing. Keegan communicated with one of these girls the day of the murder. We can't forget that. Like, we can't just forget that this dude talked to them the day they were brutally murdered. Right? Did Keegan know Rick? Did Keegan tell Rick to go to the bridge? Do we know what Keegan's alibi was for February 13th, 2017, between 1:30 and 3:30 in the afternoon? I don't know. I haven't dug in this case deep enough if we know what his alibi is. But he was arrested for unrelated charges, okay? And that brings me to our next vid. Now, our next vid is Keegan. Tell me he's not involved. Tell me he's not somehow related to this, because the Indiana State Police removed him from his cell and was questioned about Delphi. Then all of a sudden, this dude is pleading guilty and sentenced. Done. Could it be they're keeping a Keegan Klein witness statement close to the vest? Can they do that for this long? I don't know. But this is from 1 year ago. Let's listen.
Child pornography and exploitation. Klein, who faces charges of child pornography and exploitation that are separate from the Delphi murders of Libby German and Abby Williams.
And Rich, he joins us now. You've actually been following this story since it first broke on the fake Anthony Shots profile.
Right. Now, Keegan Klein has never been charged in the Delphi murders, but Klein has been held in the Miami County Jail for 2 years now, awaiting trial on 30 charges involving child pornography. Court records unsealed this week show the prosecutor and Klein's attorney agreed to have him released into the temporary custody of Indiana State Police. The court granted that request last Friday. Klein was ordered returned to the Miami County Jail afterward.
Now they have to have enough evidence to show a judge that they need this guy removed from prison, where he's been held for 2 years about this case. He was held for 2 years with that chin. And then they go pull him out of his cell. You don't pull prisoners out of their cells just willy-nilly. He knows something.
Now, we don't know why state police investigators wanted to meet with Klein outside of the jail or where they took him. But Klein's attorney also asked for and received another delay in the court proceedings. The attorney told the judge that the parties are currently engaged in negotiations. Now, Klein faces 30 charges involving child pornography and exploitation. And in court records, Klein admitted to creating the social media profile Anthony Shots to meet underage girls and receive sexually explicit photos. And
there you go. I mean, he's got to be involved. He's got to be. Negotiations. They always make these negotiations with these motherfuckers. I'm telling you, could he be a star witness against Richard Allen? Did Keegan Klein, like, these people are so sick that do this stuff, right? What if, and this is pure speculation, folks, what if Keegan Klein was behind, like, making fake Instas and trying to get girls to go to certain places for money? Like, hey, I've got a meeting set up. They're going to be there at 1:30. You know, Venmo me $100. There you go. They're there. I don't know. People have done sicker things. People have done way sicker things. I just don't know what to make of it. I'm pretty sure he made a deal with the police. He's already been charged. He's not going anywhere. He knows something because he communicated with these girls. He's the only one that we know of that has been questioned, that has been arrested, that has been mentioned, that had communications with them. He's got to be involved somehow. He's just got to be. And then when you hear they're making negotiations outside of the jail, outside of recording devices, I mean, put it all together. Why would they need to remove him from the jail? Do you want to know why? Because he narked. And you know what happens to narcs in jail? It's not good. It's not good. Okay? So if they interviewed him in the jail where that shit's recorded and all the inmates would know he's having this meeting, they're going to know he's a snitch. So is this bigger than Rick Allen? Is this bigger than any of us can even imagine? And that's another freaky thing about it. He literally said that Rick Allen didn't act alone. Well, he made a negotiation for something. He made a negotiation, and then he got 43 years. So with all that child pee, he wasn't going anywhere, and he knew it. And he knew it. But could he have gotten a worse sentence? Perhaps it's negotiations in regards to other prawn makers, but they said it was regarding Delphi. All right, let's check out. Teresa, you know I love your fucking overlays. All right, we're going to finish this video. I'm going to check out your overlay. Let's listen.
Investigators say the person behind the fake profile was one of the last to communicate with Libby German before her death.
That's not a coincidence.
Libby and Abby's bodies were found near a trail in Delphi back on February 14th, 2017. And Klein's next court date is coming up on October. It's pushed back now 7 weeks to October 20th. The jury trial,
which never happened. So he got taken out of his cell, questioned by authorities about Delphi, came back to his cell with a deal. And when did they arrest Richard Allen? Let's see here. This is August 25th of 2022. When did they re-interview Richard Allen? I'll tell you when. He rolled on Richard Allen is what happened. We're putting it together right now, folks. We're putting it together right now, folks. I promise you. He rolled. One of the witnesses said there was a guy that was not very tall with a bigger build, but he was not bigger than 5'10". I'm looking at these witness accounts. Richard Allen was interviewed. Oh, what a coinkydink. October 13th of 2022. Klein was taken out of his cell August 25th of 2022. There you go. There you go. I can tell you right now, this dude rolled on Rick. So I'm going to put this in chat. Make note, October 13th, 2022, Rick Allen interviewed. And then August 25th, (2022), Keegan is removed from cell. So that's definitely not a coinkydink. Rick roll. Rick roll. No, he rolled on Rick. He did. He did the old Rick roll right on top of Rick. So here is Rick Allen's. Now listen, you ready? This is Rick Allen's account in 2017. Listen close. Mr. Allen was on the trail between 1:30 and 3:30. He parked at the old Farm Bureau building and walked to the New Freedom Bridge. While at the New Freedom Bridge, he saw 3 females. He noted one was taller and had brown or black hair. He did not remember description, nor did he speak with them. He walked from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. He did not see anybody. Although he stated he was watching a stock ticker. What's up, Flo? A stock ticker. I hope you're feeling better, hon. On his phone as he walked. So here we are. Stock ticker. Okay. Stock ticker as he's walking. Remember that. He stated there were vehicles parked at the High Bridge trailhead. However, he did not pay attention to them. He did not take any photos or videos. So it says down here, potential follow-up. Who were the 3 girls walking in the area of Freedom Bridge? That was an investigator note. So then he was re-interviewed on October 13th of 2022, mysteriously after this happens. Let's watch this again.
Now, you've actually been following this story since it first broke on the fake Anthony Schatz profile.
Right. Now, Keegan Klein has never been charged in the Delphi murders, but Klein has been held in the Miami County Jail for 2 years now, awaiting trial on 30 charges involving child pornography. Court records unsealed this week show the prosecutor and Klein's attorney agreed to have him released into the temporary custody of Indiana State Police. The court granted that request last Friday. Klein was ordered returned to the Miami County Jail afterward. Now, we don't know why state police investigators wanted to meet with Klein outside of the jail or where they took him. But Klein's attorney also asked for and received another delay in the court proceedings. The attorney told the judge that the parties are currently engaged in negotiations. Now, Klein faces 30 charges involving child pornography and exploitation. And in court records, Klein admitted to creating the social media profile Anthony Schatz to meet underage girls and receive sexually explicit photos.
Okay, so I have a couple questions. What kind of communications did Rick Allen have with these 2 girls that day? Was it just texting? How long had their communications been going on with Anthony Schatz? How long had they been talking to Anthony Schatz? How long did Keegan have to work this up to a meeting? It is weird about the bullet, Mike. I agree. And it was in the dirt. It was in the dirt. And I'm not saying Rick Allen wasn't there, but I think we can safely assume that this dude has rolled, Keegan has rolled on Rick Allen hard. Rick Allen was re-questioned less than 2 months after they took Keegan out of his cell and questioned him again.
Investigators say the person behind the fake profile was one of the last to communicate with Libby German before her death. Libby and Abby's bodies were found near a trail in Delphi back on February 14, 2017. And Klein's next court date is coming up.
Okay, so let's read Richard Allen's next account. When he was re-interviewed on October 13th, 2022, almost a year ago to the day, Richard Allen was interviewed again by investigators. He advised he was on the trails on February 13th. He stated he saw juvenile girls on the trails east of the Freedom Bridge and that he went onto the Monon High Bridge. Richard Allen further stated he went out on the Monon High Bridge to watch fish. Sounds believable. Later in his statement, he said he walked out to the first platform. Hold on. What happened? Oh, he said he walked out to the first platform on the bridge. He stated he walked back, sat on a bench on the trail, and then left. He stated he parked his car on the side of an old building. He told investigators he was wearing blue jeans and a blue or black Carhartt jacket with a hood. He advised he may have been wearing some type of head covering as well. He further claimed he saw no one else except for the juvenile girls he saw east of the Freedom Bridge. So then we have an account of an eyewitness. She described a male wearing blue jeans and a blue jean jacket. She advised he was standing on the first platform of the Monon High Bridge. So Richard Allen states, I was on the platform. So this woman says, I saw a man on the platform. About 50 feet from her. So she got pretty close to Richard Allen. She advised she turned around at the bridge and continued her walk. She advised approximately halfway between the bridge and the parking area across from Mears Farm, she passed two girls walking towards the bridge. She advised she believed the girls were victim 1 and victim 2. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store shows at 1:49 a white car matching blank vehicle traveling away from the entrance of the Mears Farm. Blank advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults other than the male on the bridge. Her vehicle is seen leaving at 2:14. She saw these girls after they got dropped off. The white car is the sister's car. So she literally, those girls were dropped off. Now listen, 1:49 p.m. She left there at 2:14 and passed them when they were getting to the bridge. Now put your mind back there. Put your mind to this time. We have Richard Allen stating that he was on this platform. We have this woman seeing him on the platform, right? So it matches his own account. And then we have Abby and Libby innocently walking to the bridge to their demise. To their demise. This woman literally saw these girls right before this happened. It's insane. It's insane. So then we have See, we have the other eyewitnesses were there at 12:43. It was earlier. So Richard Allen says, "Hey, I got there at 1:30." But these eyewitnesses are saying they saw a man who matched the description of the photograph from the phone, matched the guy that she saw on the trail, wearing a black or blue windbreaker jacket. She advised the jacket had a collar and he had his hood up from the clothing underneath. She advised he was wearing baggy jeans and was taller than her. She advised her head came up to approximately his shoulder. She advised she said hi to the man and he said nothing back. She stated he was walking with a purpose, like he knew where he was going. She stated he had his hands in his pockets and kept his head down. Another eyewitness says they advised that they saw a male kind of creepy and advised he was wearing blue jeans and a really light blue jacket. And his hair was gray, maybe a little brown, and he did not really show his face. She recalled him being in all black and had something covering his mouth. These are all so different. Now here is one more from the PCA. This is from the Richard Allen PCA that I'm reading from right now. Here's another one. The video, so they have more video, okay? They've released that one little clip that we saw, but it says here, the video recovered from victim 2's phone shows victim 1 walking southeast on the Monon High Bridge while a male subject wearing a dark jacket and jeans walks behind her. As the male subject approaches victim 1 and victim 2, one of the victims mentions gun. So they have either Abby or Libby saying gun. Near the end of the video, a male is seen and heard telling the girls, guys down the hill. The girls then proceed down the hill and the video ends. So it sounds like they have quite a bit of footage that we haven't seen. A still photograph taken from the video and the guys down the hill audio was subsequently released to the public to assist investigators in identifying the male. So I think it's interesting to note that we have an audio recording of the perp, but they mention one of these girls said hi to the man and he didn't say anything. So none of these witnesses heard his voice. None of these witnesses heard his voice. Robin, why do they have to add all the likes? I think because, I'm going to tell you why. That person they quoted with the light blue jacket, because his jacket wasn't light blue. So they put that in there. They quoted them because they could be off on the shade of blue. It was like light blue. That's what I think. That's what I think. Okay, so let's keep moving through our discovery today. This is our discovery. So again, that's Keegan Klein, who was released from jail to meet with the Delphi investigators. He came back striking a deal. Within 2 months, Richard Allen was being re-interviewed for this crime. This dude definitely had some info, and I think that he could be this dude. And they may have known that he wasn't the actual killer. And they may have released this to scare the shit out of him. they may have released this to scare the shit out of him, or they may have released this and then found out who Keegan Klein was. Maybe that's how they found him out. I don't know how they found him out. I don't know if they found him out from the Anthony shots or if they released this first. Texas Ranger, why wasn't he in the photo of Abby on the bridge? I don't know. Maybe it's a different photo. I don't know. And, you know, maybe if they thought Keegan could provide information and he wasn't coming forward, perhaps they knew he had info and they wanted to spook him. So they made a sketch that looks like him but thinner. Or maybe he looked like this when he was younger. It is. It's all very strange to me. It's all very strange to me. So now it brings me to this in the Indy Star. And we're going back again to 2019 because this is when they released this. And this is going to be the Indy Star. And they say 2 sketches released in Delphi Murders are not the same man. What happened? The 2 sketches are not the same man.
Breast cancer.
An hour-long, or a minute-long ad. The man depicted in an old sketch released to the public 2 years ago is no longer believed to be the person who killed the teens. Like, what? Make it make sense. The man in the 2017 sketch was a person of interest during that time period. Now that's no longer the case. Investigators believe the man shown in a sketch more accurately represents the person who killed the teens. While both sketches were drawn in 2017, police clarified the renderings are not the same person. The old sketch shows a man in the age range of 40 to 50 years old. According to police, he appears to be older than the newly released sketch. On Wednesday, police said the man in the second sketch could be in his 20s to late 30s. His appearance could be different if he has grown facial hair or has longer or shorter hair. Or, in this case, got fat. Got fat. The Delphi community should reflect back on people they know in the community that look similar to the sketch released on April 22nd. So they want us to believe that this guy is the same guy in that second sketch? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. They want us to believe that this guy is the same guy as the bridge guy and the sketch. That's what they're telling us. If I'm understanding that incorrectly, let me know. But what I'm taking away from this is that second younger sketch is supposed to also be bridge guy video. Am I picking up what they're laying down? Oh, it's so easy to get fat. So easy. Is that what I'm understanding correctly? Let's watch this video and let's find out more. But I think that's what they're trying to say. Okay, it's just music. Startling new details have been released in the Delphi murders. The Delphi State Police have released 3 new updated pieces of evidence, which we already know. But yeah, this doesn't give us anything new. The man in a different sketch was once thought to be a person of interest, and he just so happens to look like Brad Holder. So was Brad Holder a person of interest, and this sketch really is him? And that's why it looks like him. Because they're saying, this dude, forget about this. They're saying, they're basically saying, forget about this. A men's club, and ugh, God, I know, it's so gross. But they're not saying they're relevant. They're saying the first sketch was just a person of interest at the time. The first sketch was a person of interest at the time. Once thought is past tense. Once thought. They said that both sketches were created in 2017, but they did not release the second one for 2 years. That's a long time. It's a long time, 2 years. Two years. If they sat on this for 2 years, why? And why haven't they come out and like flatly clarified? Because the media is clearly using the first sketch that looks like the Irish mobster. The media is still using that sketch as the suspect. So why aren't they making it clear, like, delete that sketch? There's a reason they're not. It's so weird. This is the most confusing, crazy, dark, disgusting case. Let's play that video again. Because there's no way, there's just no way that sketch is the same as guy as that video.
For the video, please.
It just can't be.
There is no sound of the video.
Oh, sorry, guys. Damn. Should have known better.
As Superintendent Carter mentioned, he is on the railway bridge. You have to take different steps to get to it. This information later this afternoon will be on the State Police website. For the community that's here, we have 100 copies of the news release. If you put in that URL,
They're making it sound like it was two different people.
You'll be able to get to that site to play it. And we also have that same release for you in the media. And the rest of the state
Smiley
will get that release in about
McSmilerson. What are you smiling about? Where's that audio?
as he gets that up and ready.
Didn't they release audio in this one? Here we go. What is this little picture of? Can you guys tell what that is? Is that like from her phone? And why does it say Mr. Does it say Mr. Sheriff next? What are we looking at? I'm so confused. I did see that. It was called the Snapchat murders in the beginning. Why would he say guys? KDK says at least 2 people were involved, hence the 2 sketches. The Snapchat video is much longer. I'm figuring they have a lot more video. It's just, to release this and like unveil this suspect after 2 years of people looking for the guy in the hat is a bit perplexing. And then they have this photograph here next to him. I know that's the bridge, but why did they have that bridge photo posted up there too? Do you think? Yeah, I'm from Michigan and we call everybody guys. Whether you're guys, girls, it doesn't matter. We say guys. Like the South says y'all, the North says guys. Watching fish, yeah. You guys say that's like a code, like, oh yeah, I was watching fish. I'm glad I'm not the only one confused. And I guess it's not supposed to all make sense to us yet because it hasn't gone to a trial, but to have them looking for one guy for 2 years and then not to be clear about like, oh, that guy was just, in a I had to look for an article that differentiated the 2 sketches to find out what was going on. Like, were they still looking for the first guy? What are they saying? This guy's the same person? They're saying no, they're 2 people. And the first guy was just a person of interest at the time. And now we want to talk. Now this guy we think actually did the act. Angela says, I think the police know more. It's the good old boy in small towns. I agree with you. But it just still is so weird. You want the public's help, but none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense. It's perplexing, man. It's frightening. It's frightening. And then there's a real guy that this Anthony Schatz took his pictures, or Keegan Klein took his pictures and used them. But look at this photo of Keegan from behind bars. I wouldn't say he has grayish hair like the witnesses said. They said grayish hair. One of the witness accounts said reddish, and one of them said grayish. And then they pull out this sketch with full out bushy hair. Make it make sense? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Hold on, let me show you guys this photo. Ugh. Just nasty. The more they come out and talk, the more confusing it gets. Yep. So there's Anthony Schatz. He has clearly black hair. Our Barbara read through. What Barbara read through? Who's Barbara? They're coming to get you, Barbara. Ooh, he is one nasty creep. Speaking of nasty creeps, no, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. Never mind. We had a YouTuber arrested. It seems to be just par for the course around these parts anymore. People not portraying themselves who they really are. It's old. Look at Would you say he's got reddish hair? I wouldn't, but I'd say he's got the chin. Right, and then all of a sudden they drop the Odinism theory, and 3 investigations wanted to keep exploring, investigators wanted to keep exploring that, but they told them to leave it alone. And Cheryl makes a good point. Eyewitness ID is very, very unreliable. You're right. You're right. But they are saying the second sketch is the killer. Oh, I forgot about the Barbara read through. I totally forgot about that. It just doesn't make sense at all. So, anyways, both of those sketches were created in 2017. And like I said, they did not share them until, or share the second one until 2019. So let's see if we've got an overlay we can show you from Teresa. She's good at these overlays. Let's look at the Keegan Klein. Oh, the chin. I'm telling you, it's that chin. Point that microphone and aim it at your chin. Hold on, let me pull it up. Watch that for a few minutes, folks. What do you think? I think the eyes and the mouth from the chin down. He's got that. You know how, like, his chin, he's kind of like. Mm-hmm. Good job, Teresa. Good job, Teresa. Look at the Delphi mayor from 2017. He looks like he could be the second sketch. Did an interview right after the murders with a big bump on his head. I've heard about the mayor. I've heard about him. I will look into that. What's up, Justice Jane in the house? Let me make a note to look that up. Spooky says she sees it. Let's do a poll. Let's end this one. Let's see. Thank you so much, Robin. Coming in hot. Do you think Keegan is or looks like? All right, let's see what Robin had to say. So, did the judge agree to a Frank's hearing with the new claims made by Rick's defense? I don't think we've heard from the judge yet. I don't think we've heard from the judge yet. But he's definitely got sideburns here. See that? Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I want to rewatch a lot of these press conferences, and I want to rewatch our read through Potato with the interview with Keegan, because I'm really, really convinced that he rolled and he got a deal, and he was already facing all those years for the child prawn, and he rolled and gave them some information that they needed. And then they revisited Richard Allen. It's got to be. Northern Light. Jay, I thought of you today when I heard on the news that some guy drove through the police station with "Welcome to the Jungle" blaring from the radio. And I wonder why you thought of me. I wonder why you thought of me. That's great. Yeah, we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to start going through this. It's new to me as well. It's new to me as well. So we will get that together. We've got a few people that have been willing to dive into Delphi, so to speak. So we're going to get that rolling and get like a plan together, and we'll get all of this stuff together because he's got to be involved somehow. I agree, Em. I know. Knees. Northern beans. Bananas. Jay Bananas. Heard it was a cold case detective that saw the interview and no follow-up. On what, Alan? Alan Hinkle. Get your votes in, guys. I want to know what you think. Tell me what you think about this. Get your grubby paws on the poll button. Right meow.
Roly-poly, daddy's little Betty. Betty's gonna be a man someday.
I think you've got a Ouija board down your pants, and you're going to pull that out. Unleash the lawyers.
So let me know. I think it looks like him. And it's no coinky-dink that this dude, at 2 months after this dude met with investigators with Delphi, that they were interviewing Mr. Rick Allen again. But what if Rick Allen is only guilty of knowing Keegan Klein for the prawn side of things? Like, what if Rick just was kind of a perv, was a perv and just, knew the Kleins from the child P? KDK, I agree with everything you're saying, girl. It doesn't make sense. Arrested on a bullet only? I mean, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. No, I'm saying he rolled on him because he had information. I'm not saying he did it and he's blaming RA. I'm saying he had information. Teresa, I love your things. Let's look at the other one. She did the other one. Let's watch the other one that you did. Where is it? Right here. This one. Yes, Given the Fallout 10/10/23. Make sure you subscribe to our Given the Fallout podcast YouTube page. I don't think he looks like that either. Teresa, I'm going to email you back a picture to do that again with, okay? I'm not sure if I think he looks like that guy. What do you guys think of that one? You think that looks like RA? I'm going to email you, Teresa. I'm going to send you another picture to do that with. Thank you so much, Flo. We are super excited. Potato, can you share our new YouTube? If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel for Given the Fallout, ooh, shoot. We just put our intro out yesterday. And it's going to be good, guys. It's going to be really good. Gustave, hello. No, Gustave, thanks for coming back. We are just going through some of the old stuff to kind of try to make sense of it. But it's not working out too well because none of this makes sense. All right, let me find the Brad picture. Well, I'm going to send Teresa, I'm going to send you a couple and you can use the one that you think looks best. I sent you 3. And then this is his son, Logan. I sent you one of Logan too, so you can look at that. Because some people think the younger sketch could look, could look like Logan. So I'm going to show you guys the photos that I just showed her. Or just sent to her, rather. That is Brad Holder. I love it. Thank you, Teresa. I know potato sounds wonderful. Given the Fallout. 10/10/23. First epi. First epi. Someone's ringing my phone over and over. Hold on. I've got to see who this is. Shit. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I am going to... I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to take that phone call. Thank you for waiting. So I just showed you a few of the pictures that I pulled from Brad Holder's Facebook. Here's another one. So I believe that's Logan on the far right, if I'm not mistaken. And some people think that the far right guy looks like the younger Sketch and that the far left guy looks like Bridge guy. So I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think. Go ahead and if you guys can run over to Given the Fallout and give us a subscribe. We are going to be releasing our new podcast, Potato and I. She's going to be known as D in the podcast. Hit it, baby, D. She's going to be D in the podcast because it just doesn't feel right to call someone Potato when you're trying to be serious anyways. But anyways, we decided to call her D, J and D, DJ, JD, JD, DJ, whatever. And it's going to be a great podcast. Our first episode is turning out really, really good. Better than I ever expected. This is a newer picture of him. This is him as an adult now. Right? Because Abby and Libby would be adults. Thank you so much, Dandy. Thank you, guys. Does Logan have curly hair? That I do not know. Here is another. Like, this guy loves these hats. Here's a picture of this Brad guy and his dad. He has a special shop. He gets these. He gets these from. And he actually tagged the company on Facebook that he gets his hats from. And he gave his dad one. And then the only thing I could find of Logan. Okay, I don't see curly hair on Logan, but I'm going to show you a recent picture of Logan so you guys can see. His hair looks like it's shaved here. But that is Logan. That is the one that was in contact with Abby or Libby, one of them. I don't know I don't have any recording of his voice. I'm not sure. If anybody has anything like that, definitely email it to me. The jaw, yep, Logan's jaw could definitely pass for that. I will, Northern Beans, I will. Yeah, some about eyes, people's eyes, you look at their eyes and okay, so ingrain that in your head right there. And now look at that. I don't know, guys. It's so confusing. It's so confusing. Wonder if they got the drawing from DNA. Alan Hinkle, that's a good question. Do you have the meme he deleted about friends helping move bodies? No, but I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, I agree. The eyes. But then, you know, we have this. So it's like, who is it? Who are these people? But they've never said, Katie, if they were lured to the bridge by the Shots account, or if they were lured to the bridge by someone else, or if they were lured to the bridge at all. But haven't they said, now correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm going to leave this on this note. We've been going almost an hour and 40, and I don't want to drag it out too much for Replay Crew. And if you're Replay Crew, make sure you hit that like button and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below about all of this. Yes, Gustave has a really good point there. If it was Abby's boyfriend, good way to get them to come to the bridge. Do we know if for a fact they said the girls were not catfished? Because I thought I heard either a family member state that the girls were not catfished, or it was the cops. I'm not sure who said that, but if you guys remember, let me know in the comment section. We are going to wrap this live up. We went over the sketches for Delphi. We are going to be going over this case and diving into each section as we go. So if you're enjoying this, let me know. And if you have any information that you would like to send me to go over on this, you know, feel free to email as well. You think it was Becky Patty? Yeah, I think it was the family too. But then Melissa B, she said at CrimeCon that they failed the girls by not, or she felt like she failed Abby or Libby. I don't know whose grandma that is. Libby. She failed her by not schooling her on the dangers of social media. So it sounds to me like maybe she believes something happened on the social media. And if you'd like to call in versus leave a comment, we have a hotline. Call in and leave your comments, especially on this live. Let's start getting that going. Leave your comments, and I will play some of your comments and react to them. So thank you all the moderators for being here. I love you all, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come here and mod for little old me. And on that note, I'm going to say sayonara. I will see you Wednesday. I'm going to be doing J for J live in the morning on Wednesday. We're going to be going over some new cases and some news stories. So let's roly-poly it on out of here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being a member. All of you guys are awesome. I'll see you guys in the next live. And we're going to dance it out this time. So don't fret. Here we go. We're going to dance it out in just a second. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. 'Cause I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. I don't give a damn, I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a.
Hi Jennifer, hi Jennifer, hi Jennifer, hi Jennifer, hi Jennifer, hi